Two of the most enigmatic and intriguing characters in their respective worlds, Itachi Uchiha from Naruto and Ayanokoji Kiyotaka from Classroom of the Elite. Both are masterminds, both are shrouded in mystery, and both offer profound life lessons through their choices and actions. Today, we'll delve into the unique life lessons from these two iconic figures and uncover what we can learn from their extraordinary lives. Itachi Uchiha is perhaps the epitome of sacrifice. His life was a series of choices made for the greater good, choosing to annihilate his own clan to prevent a civil war, all while being misunderstood and vilified. Itachi's story teaches us that responsibility often comes with heavy burdens. He shouldered a monumental weight for the peace of his world, demonstrating that true leadership sometimes demands unimaginable sacrifices. On the flip side, we have Ayanokoji Kiyotaka, a master strategist who operates from the shadows. Ayanokoji's approach to responsibility is more personal and detached. He manipulates situations to his advantage, preferring to remain unseen while achieving his goals. His method highlights that responsibility can also be approached through strategic thinking and calculated actions, devoid of emotional entanglements. The lesson here? Responsibility can manifest in various ways, through self-sacrifice or strategic manipulation. Understanding the weight of our decisions and choosing the right approach is crucial. Itachi's emotional control is almost superhuman. Itachi Uchiha is the embodiment of emotional resilience. From a young age, he witnessed the horrors of war and the fragility of peace, yet he never let his emotions cloud his judgment. When faced with the impossible choice of saving his village at the cost of his clan, Itachi made the ultimate sacrifice, bearing the hatred of his own brother and the entire world. His composure, even in the face of such pain, is a testament to his inner strength. But Itachi's emotional control wasn't just about suppressing feelings, it was about channeling them for a higher purpose. Every tear he held back, every pang of guilt he buried, was in service to a greater good. Itachi's ability to stay calm under immense pressure is a reminder that true strength lies not in denying emotions, but in mastering them. In contrast, Ayanokoji Kiyotaka takes emotional control to an entirely different level. Ayanokoji's upbringing in the White Room, a facility designed to create the ultimate human, stripped him of any emotional attachments. His detachment isn't just a shield, it's a weapon. By remaining emotionally uninvolved, Ayanokoji can manipulate those around him with precision, seeing people as mere pawns in his grand strategy. Yet, this emotional detachment also raises questions. Is Ayanokoji's approach truly the path to success, or does it lead to a life devoid of genuine connections and fulfillment? His life prompts us to consider the cost of emotional detachment and whether the ends justify the means. The life lesson here is profound. While emotional control is essential for achieving our goals, we must also be wary of losing our humanity in the process. Itachi and Ayanokoji demonstrate that there are different ways to manage emotions, whether by channeling them towards a higher purpose or by detaching from them entirely. The challenge lies in finding the right balance, where we harness our emotions without becoming enslaved by them. Strategic thinking. Itachi's life is a masterclass in strategic thinking. Every decision he made, every action he took, was meticulously planned with the long-term consequences in mind. Itachi knew that his mission wasn't just about immediate success, but about shaping the future of his world. He played a dangerous game of chess, where each move had to be calculated with precision, knowing that a single misstep could lead to disaster. Take, for example, his alliance with Akatsuki, a decision that seemed contradictory to his goal of peace. But Itachi's true intention was to infiltrate the organization and gather intelligence, all while keeping a close watch on potential threats to the Hidden Leaf village. His strategic foresight allowed him to navigate the complex web of alliances and betrayals, all while staying true to his ultimate mission. Ayanokoji, on the other hand, embodies the concept of strategic detachment. His moves are not just calculated, they are coldly efficient. Ayanokoji doesn't just plan for the immediate outcome, he plans for every possible scenario, anticipating the moves of those around him and countering them before they even happen. His strategic thinking is rooted in his ability to remain detached, allowing him to view situations from an almost omniscient perspective. Ayanokoji's manipulation of the class hierarchy, his ability to foresee and exploit the weaknesses of his opponents, and his talent for turning every situation to his advantage. These are all examples of his unparalleled strategic mind. But unlike Itachi, Ayanokoji's strategies lack a higher moral purpose. His actions are driven by a desire to win, to prove his superiority, rather than to serve a greater good. The lesson here: strategic thinking is a powerful tool, but its value lies in the intention behind it. Itachi and Ayanokoji show us that while strategy is essential for navigating life's complexities, it's equally important to consider the ethical implications of our plans. Success achieved without a moral compass can lead to hollow victories, while strategy guided by a higher purpose can create lasting positive change. The burden of genius. Itachi Uchiha's genius was both a gift and a curse. From a young age, his prodigious talents set him apart from his peers, earning him both admiration and isolation. But with great power comes great responsibility, and for Itachi, that responsibility was almost unbearable. His genius forced him to see the world in shades of gray, where the line between right and wrong was constantly blurred. The burden of his genius manifested in the choices he had to make, choices that no one else could understand, let alone bear. Itachi's life was a solitary journey, where his intellect and abilities isolated him from the very people he sought to protect. His story reminds us that genius can often be a lonely road, where the weight of expectations and the inability to relate to others can lead to profound inner turmoil. Ayanokoji's genius, too, comes with its own burden. Raised in the White Room, Ayanokoji was pushed to the limits of human potential, becoming a perfect machine of intellect and strategy. But this perfection came at a cost. Ayanokoji's life is one of solitude, not by circumstance, but by choice. His genius isolates him from others, not because they can't understand him, but because he refuses to let them. Ayanokoji's isolation is self-imposed, a protective barrier against the world that allows him to operate without emotional interference. But this choice also deprives him of genuine human connections, leaving him in a cold, calculated existence devoid of warmth or compassion. His genius, while formidable, is also a prison, one that he willingly chooses to inhabit. The life lesson here is clear. Genius is a double-edged sword. While it can lead to extraordinary achievements, it also carries the risk of isolation and loneliness. Itachi and Ayanokoji show us that the burden of genius is not just about the weight of expectations, but about the choices we make and how we wield our talents. Whether we choose to use our gifts for the greater good or for personal gain, we must be prepared to face the consequences of our genius, both in terms of its rewards and its costs. Morality and ethics. Itachi Uchiha's life is a study in moral ambiguity. His decisions, though harsh and seemingly cruel, were driven by a desire to protect the greater good. Itachi believed that the end justified the means, that sacrificing his own clan was a necessary evil to prevent an even greater catastrophe. But this belief came with a heavy moral cost, as Itachi had to live with the guilt and sorrow of his actions. Itachi's story forces us to confront the complexities of morality. How do we define what is right or wrong when the stakes are so high? His life is a reminder that moral decisions are rarely black and white. They often exist in a gray area where the consequences of our actions can be difficult to predict. Itachi's willingness to bear the burden of his choices, despite the personal pain they caused, shows a deep understanding of the moral complexities of the world. Ayanokoji, in contrast, operates with a different moral compass, or rather, the absence of one. For Ayanokoji, morality is irrelevant. His actions are driven purely by logic and self-interest, with no regard for the ethical implications of his decisions. He views the world through a lens of meritocracy, where the strong dominate the weak, and only the most capable deserve to succeed. Ayanokoji's immoral approach allows him to make decisions without the burden of guilt or regret, but it also strips his actions of any higher purpose. His life raises important questions about the role of morality in our decisions. Can we truly achieve meaningful success without a moral framework to guide us? And what are the long-term consequences of living a life devoid of ethical considerations? The lesson here is profound. Morality is not just about following a set of rules, but about understanding the impact of our actions on others and on the world around us. Itachi and Ayanokoji represent two extremes, one who sacrifices everything for the greater good, and one who operates with complete disregard for morality. Their lives remind us that while morality is a personal journey, it is also an essential guide in navigating the complexities of life. Without it, we risk losing not only our way, but our very humanity. Itachi Uchiha and Ayanokoji Kiyotaka offer profound insights into responsibility, emotional control, strategic thinking, the burden of genius, and morality. Their lives remind us that there are many paths to success and personal fulfillment, each with its own set of challenges and sacrifices. Which lessons resonate with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights and embrace the shadows of wisdom from these remarkable characters.